guys, what's up? Welcome back to another episode of your favorite podcast, lovealadijonnaise. I'm Feli and I'm welcoming you all to this podcast. Also to Sam, how are you, my love?
Hello everyone, welcome back on another weekend with another topic. I hope you all are good, you're enjoying your start of the weekend. And I'm very good. How are you, my love?
I'm fine, thank you. Very happy of being here once again.
Yes. And today we have you a very interesting topic. I feel like we say that every time, but all of them are interesting. Anyways, today doesn't have to do anything with relationship. It's more about, how would we say, about like mental health?
Yes. I think it will be mental health and also motivational. And it's called Breakdowns Are Necessary. Yeah. I think we all know, and if you don't, we're going to explain you, but I think we all know what a breakdown is. A breakdown is that moment in your life, several moments in your life, because you're going to have several breakdowns in your life.
Plenty of them.
And they have to be with different situations, but a breakdown is that moment in your life that you feel that you are at the bottom of the hole. Meaning that you are passing maybe through a very kind of hard time or kind of dark times. You know, we all have those kind of dark times. And it's that moment when you feel that you can't anymore, that you don't know what to do and that you feel lost. That's a breakdown. When you actually realize that you are on the bottom of the hole.
And all of your feelings accumulated. And once you start feeling you're on the bottom, you can't anymore. Obviously, you explode. And that's when the breakdown happens.
Exactly. You can relate it, like, for example, when you've been passing through a very dark time and you haven't cried at all. And it's that moment when you just can't resist and you start crying like a baby. But serious like a baby.
And crying.
And you can't stop.
Screaming and you can't stop. And the question is, what happens after the breakdown?
I think that's up to you. I think that's up to every person. Some people, they decided to stay in the hole. Some people, they decide to go out of the hole. But what we want to share with you guys is how necessary breakdowns are. And the thing is, like, most part of people, they see breakdowns as a bad thing.
It's something that is mentally wrong with you. And that shouldn't happen and you shouldn't allow yourself to break down.
Yeah, I think like a lot of people would tell you avoid the breakdown, which is true. I mean, if it's possible, try to avoid it, because whenever we have a breakdown, it means that we haven't done anything to stop that breakdown, you know? And of course, it's not that good because emotionally it affects us. But I also think, and I think we both think, that when we have a breakdown is when we have things more clear.
Yes, we know where we mentally are. We know about the situation or the season of life we're going through, like where we stand there. And then, as you said, it's your choice. Either you stay in this bottom or you decide to like pick yourself up and continue and trying to, to get better.
Yeah.
And if you decide to get better, I think it's just like your brain all of a sudden tells you, or you all of a sudden you know what to do because you have everything clear, because you had that mental breakdown, and then your brain says, okay, now we're gonna do this, and that.
Yeah.
And you know how to proceed.
I think, like, as a lot of people have said, especially with this COVID time. I mean, I think with the COVID time, we have had a lot of breakdowns, a lot of people, a lot of times. But it's as people say, crises come with opportunities.
Yes.
And I really think that when we are having a breakdown / crisis, because that's whenever we have it, is when we have an opportunity, because we have things clear. We realize about stuff that we are not happy about, or we realize how bad we are, and then we start somehow, and I don't know, and I don't understand how brain works, but somehow our brain starts brainstorming ideas.
That's what I'm telling you. Brain tells you, okay, dude, let's do this, and basically brainstorms with you.
Yeah, I would like to share for an example. I haven't shared with you.
Oh my God.
The thing is, like, I was saving it for this moment. It's not about me. If you're whatever, it's not about me. But it's about a YouTuber that I follow. I like his content a lot. His name is Planeta Juan. He's a Colombian YouTuber that lives in Canada, in Montreal. Guys, go to his channel if you don't know him. He has really nice content about Canada and living in Canada as an immigrant. Well, as a migrant because he's legally working there.
Don't worry.
He's legal. But he has really cool stuff about it if you like the country and everything. But also lately he has been posting stuff about trips. And here's where I want to share his kind of example. He's a guy, he's those typical dream guys that they go to Canada, especially for Latin Americans. Before it used to be the US and lately has become Canada, a really special country for Latins to migrate. He's the typical example of someone that wants a better life and decides to move on when he's more or less our age, when he was more or less like 23, 24 years old. He arrives to Canada alone, he gets a job, he starts studying and everything, he graduates in Colombia from an engineer, and he gets a job. He starts working as a bartender, as a person that washes dishes, as everything you can imagine a Latin will work there that can get a decent job, something.
Okay.
He was an engineer being a bartender. Then somehow he started getting jobs, and he ended up on a really but seriously good job as an engineer in a really nice company from Montreal. Something that for a Latin will be actually hard because of our not a race, but because we're not Canadians, and of course they give more opportunities to Canadians.
Obviously.
He lasted there working for a couple of years. He got an apartment, he was living with his girlfriend and stuff. But one day, I woke up with a video of him saying, I quit my job.
Oi!
And you will be like, dude, like, my first thought was like,
job.
Dude, you had a job in Canada as an engineer, you were earning money, you were working, you had a job, man, like in Canada. And then in the video, he starts explaining that he literally had a breakdown.
Wow.
Because he said, I was working, I had a job, but I wasn't happy.
And then when it comes.
And here is when it comes. He was like, he explains that he was thinking for a long time what to do because he wasn't feeling happy.
Wow.
He wasn't happy with his job. He had a job in Canada, something it's already hard to get. He had a nice job. He wasn't a bartender. He had a professional job.
The one that he graduated.
Yeah, and I'm not saying that bartenders' jobs are not good. No, all jobs are fine.
You should appreciate all the jobs.
All jobs. But the thing is, like, he studied for being an engineer, not for being a bartender. There are people that they study for being bartenders, and they're the best things they can get. And he was like, I wasn't happy with my life because I wasn't enjoying it. I wasn't doing what I wanted to do. And after that, he lasted, I think, like a month without posting videos. And then it started. And he started traveling. And then he actually did a trip all around Canada from Montreal to Vancouver driving.
Wow.
Driving, the second biggest country in the world. He did that trip for more than 2 months.
Mm-hmm.
And then he explains that with that single thing, he was working, of course, his life is about YouTube now. And it's about helping people to migrate to Canada. That's what he's doing right now, to have money. He is like, I studied for an engineer, but what really makes me happy is to help people and to actually record what I'm doing.
Wow.
And you can see right now that from that breakdown, from that moment of unhappiness in apparent happiness that he had, he found his way to actually making one of the hardest decisions in his life.
Basically to quit his job.
To quit actually the way that he was actually living in Canada. That was the only way he could live in Canada with that money from that job. And he says that now I'm doing what I love thanks to that breakdown.
That's why breakdowns are necessary, because sometimes they they make us take a decision that is very hard, and you would think like, as this one, he quit his job and he started doing something he likes and enjoys, but it's way riskier than going there and do things where you have a salary and all those type of things,
Yeah, of
to
course.
have a nice life. Well, anyways, breakdowns make us do decisions that they're very risky, and you're like, oh my god, either I do this and see what's gonna happen, or I don't and I continue like I was before. And sometimes it's necessary to take these risky decisions, because you never know if it's something good is gonna come out of it, and most part of the times it does.
Yeah. Yeah, most part of the times it does, but also it's what we were saying at the beginning. You decide what to do after a breakdown. I mean, breakdown is gonna tell you what to do. Well, not really what to do, but it's gonna give you things clear. But if it's your decision to stay in the hole or not.
Yeah, you have a choice. Either you stay, or you take those brainstorming ideas that your brain did with yourself and say, okay, I'm gonna do it, and whatever happens, happens.
Yeah, and also not to see crisis and breakdowns as a bad thing.
No.
It's bad, you feel bad, of course. You want to cry, you want to do all those things, and you feel bad, because you do. But the thing is, like, it's like if you've seen a couple of movies, like people having breakdowns and then miraculously now they're whatever, their life is going amazing.
That happy scene in the movie.
Yeah, the happy scene of the movie. But the thing is, like, it can be also like that. Those are movies, of course, they're being dramatic. But you can also do it like that. I mean, maybe it's not going to be as happy as in the movie, because, of course, movies, they wouldn't sell. But you have the option actually to recover from that breakdown and say, okay, because of this breakdown now, I think I know what I need to do or what I don't need to do. And it's always is going to involve a hard decision. This example, the one I want to share of the YouTuber, I bet that he had problems maybe with his couple, he had problems with his friend's boss, whatever, because he had a nice job. But it always involves a hard decision, because if you don't take hard decisions, then you're not going to have great results.
Yeah, you'll never know what's going to happen or what could have happened if you took that hard decision. So sometimes they're very, very necessary.
Yeah, and we're inviting you, like if you're going through one of these kind of dark times, we invite you to stop for a while and think about what are you doing with your life. And if you're happy with it, because usually breakdowns are because we're not happy or we're not enjoying what we are living. It also can happen with couples. Usually couples have breakdowns because they don't feel happy with each other
in the relationship anymore.
But the thing is, like, they feel the need of being there.
And either you can save the relationship if you both put the effort, or if you think that that's it and it can't be saved anymore, it's better than you to just walk away, but nice.
Mm-hmm.
And that's it.
Yeah, that's why it's necessary sometimes to have that breakdown.
But I think that was it, right?
Yeah, it was very short.
Very
episode,
short,
but I think we were accurate and we were straight to the point.
And that's very important, especially with the topics like this about mental health and motivation.
Yeah, so basically that's what we wanted for you guys. Just stop, think about what are you doing. If it's worth it, we invite you, well, personally, me, Feli, I invite you, at least that's what I do. Get a diary. Diaries are amazing. Like, you can go out there and you can see a lot of people that they actually have diaries. Celebrities, politicians, great thinkers, all of them, they have diaries. And maybe it can sound a bit cliche, but diaries help you, because it's like if you were having a conversation with someone else, but in reality you're having a conversation with yourself.
And you can see actually how you feel and how you think, then written down on the paper. And then you can reflect and also go back in time, basically. Yeah. Like going a couple of pages back and see what you wrote before.
Yeah, and you can actually find solutions on previous experiences. Maybe you already went through a kind of dark time, and you can actually go to your diary, realize that you were even more damaged back then.
Yeah.
And you say, come on, if I could manage out of this, why wouldn't I?
why wouldn't I from this?
Yeah, like personally, me, guys, I have two diaries. I have my personal diary where I write like stuff going. I don't write every day. I write whenever I feel I need to write.
Yes, it's
Yeah.
like it's not that we're saying write every day, because then you get too committed and it's like a chore for you. Just write whenever you feel like.
Yeah, whenever you feel like. But I mean, personally, me, I have my personal diary and I have my dreams diary, which is actually the one where I'm writing ideas for the podcast. I have projects, I have goals in my life, and that one usually travels with me where I go. I mean, I even take it to work because I don't know if
Cute.
by sitting there feeling I'm useless, I can get a great idea and I can write it down, you know? But we kindly invite you, if you want to change something, we kindly suggest you to have a diary. Believe us, it's going to change something in your life.
Yeah, you can start with the diary and it's gonna help you a lot.
Yeah. Thank you so much, guys, for giving us again the opportunity to share this with you. Today was very motivational, not really towards couples topic, but
Personal.
it was a personal topic. If you are passing through a breakdown, we wish you the best of the lucks. We give you strength and we encourage you to go out of it. It's your decision. It's up to you to go out of that breakdown. And if you're going through one, it's not a bad thing. Believe us, right now is when you actually can be the best you can, because here is where you have things clear and here is where you can actually shut your own mouth up and tell yourself, dude, I'm capable enough of doing this and I'm gonna do it.
Yes, very nicely said. And we just kindly invite you to do it, and we wish you all the best if you're currently going to one of those situations.
Yes. Thank you so much, guys. Again, you know where to find us. Instagram, lovealadijonnaise podcast, and whatever you can find lovealadijonnaise. YouTube, Google Podcasts, Spotify, iTunes Podcasts, and don't forget to subscribe, download the podcast, and share,
As we always say. And we hope we have you next weekend with another topic.
Exactly. Have an amazing weekend, guys. Bye-bye.
Bye bye.